Good morning, everyone. It's Robert from On My Turntable. Hope I'm having a great morning this morning. It is Wednesday morning, as always, a coffee kind of morning. Cheers, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. I love playing albums. I love discovering deep tracks on albums. Sometimes the deep tracks are better than the release or the single release. In most cases, I find. But sometimes, depending on what you're doing, whether you're just doing stuff around the house, you just want to throw in a greatest hits album and just play along or listen, sing along, whatever. You know, you're familiar with the tracks, you know the tracks. You're not listening to new songs or trying to figure out new songs. So this is going to be the greatest hits. I've chosen a bunch of them here. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on each album because of time purposes, but some of my favorite greatest hits albums in both CD and vinyl. Starting right off the bat with the Monkees' greatest hits. This is a fun CD to listen to, fun album to listen to. Of course, you got the Monkees on here with the Monkees theme, Last Train to Clarksville, Daydream Believer, I'm a Believer, Pleasant Valley Sunday, I'm Not Your Stepping Stone. Fantastic stuff. 1976 release on that one. The beautiful Janis Joplin and her greatest hits, released in 73. It came out 3 years after her death in 1970. It's got two live versions on here, Down on Me and Ball and Chain, but it also has Piece of My Heart, Try Just a Little Bit Harder, Cry Baby, Me and Bobby McGee. Fantastic stuff. Kansas. This is the Best of Kansas by the American progressive rock band Kansas, released in 1984. Yes, they are a progressive rock band. Got two new tracks on here, or newer tracks at the time. Perfect Lover, written by lead vocalist Don Alfonte and his brother Dino Alfonte. But you also have the originals. Did I say two? Sorry, one new track. Carry On Wayward Son, Point of No Return, Dust in the Wind, the classic Dust in the Wind, Song for America, Hold On. Love this greatest hits, as well as this one, All Over the World, the very best of Electric Light Orchestra, 2005 release, so a little later release, but it's got all their classic tracks. If you don't know ELO, this is a great way to start. Mr. Blue Sky, Evil Woman, like there's 20 tracks on here, so I'm not going to read every one of them. Dire, Horace Wimp, Hold On Tight, Living Thing, Telephone Line, gets me every time I hear it. All Over the World, even Xanadu's on here. Strange Magic, fantastic stuff. Got some blues. I've got a bunch of blues greatest hits, but I brought this one out because it's truly one of my favorite blues. This is the Best of John Lee Hooker, 1992 release. Over 70 minutes of fantastic Hooker blues music. I just love the way he sings and talks at the same time. Great underrated guitar player as well. You got the classic One Bourbon, One Scotch, One Beer, Backbiters and Syndicators, Mr. Lucky, I'm in the Mood, Bluebird. Fantastic stuff. How about this one? This one's a later release, 2021, or 2020 originally, on Columbia, and then internationally it went on 2021. This is the White Stripes greatest hits, or My Sister Thanks You and I Thank You. Is it her sister? Is it his wife? I never really know, but the White Stripes were fantastic. You got selections from songs from the band's 6 studio albums. You got standalone singles like Let's Shake Hands and Jolene. There's 26 tracks on here. I'm not going to read every one of them. Ends with Seven Nation Army, one of their famous hits. Yeah, great stuff. Getting into the vinyl, Best of Procol Harum, 1973 release. Awesome compilation album from songs recorded between 67 and 72. You got Whiter Shade of Pale, Homburg, live version of Conquistador in here as well. Some of the best from Procol Harum. It says it right along the track here. Shine On Brightly, Conquistador, A Whiter Shade of Pale, A Salty Dog, In the Wee Small Hours of Sixpence, Lime Street Blues, Hamburg, Long Gone Geek, and Simple Sister. Really good stuff. This is a hidden gem of mine. This is the 50th anniversary, The Collection by America. Nice middle of the road Americana music, but it's also got their greatest hits. You got Horse with No Name, I Need You, Ventura Highway, Lonely People, Tin Man, Sister Golden Hair, You Can Do Magic. If you just want something cool to listen to and just kind of wispy and takes you away, this is the one to do it. For sure. This is a legend, as the title says. But Legend by Bob Marley and the Wailers. 1984 release. The Greatest Hits collection, for sure. Huge seller, too. 18 million copies sold on this one. Number 46 in Rolling Stone's Best of 500 Greatest Albums of All Time. I love it. I love it. I love it. How about this one? Before ELO, you had The Move. This is 1978's Greatest Hits. To buy this one on Amazon, it says, this is Canadian as well, what was it? $157 to buy this album. This was priced at one time at $8, and I probably paid $8 to get it, but I wouldn't pay $157. As much as I love this album, I wouldn't pay $157 for it. But you got 10 tracks on here. Flowers in the Rain, I Can Hear the Grass Grow, Fire Brigade, Night of Fear. You've got some amazing artists on here. You've got Roy Wood, Bev Bevan, who went on to become part of ELO. Fantastic stuff from The Move. This one here, I wore this one out when I didn't have it on vinyl at the time. I had it on CD and cassette. This is Steve Miller and the Steve Miller Band, The Greatest Hits, 1974 to 1978. Released in 1978. Fantastic album. Swingtown, Jungle Love, Take the Money and Run, Rockin' Me, The Stake, I'm the Joker, Fly Like an Eagle, Jet Airliner, Wintertime, The Beautiful Wintertime. Amazing stuff. This is another hidden gem of mine. 7 Year Itch by Collective Soul, 1994 to 2001. For the first Greatest Hits album, released in 2001. You've got all their hits on here. And these guys, I don't know, I love Collective Soul. You got Heavy, She Said, Shine, Energy, Run, Gel, Perfect Day featuring Elton John, which is a great track. Precious Declaration, Why, Part 2, The World I Know. Amazing. Listen, December. Great stuff by Collective Soul. I had to include this one because it's one of my favorite bands. This is the Best of Chicago, or Chicago, what's this, Chicago 8? Something like that. I don't know. I lost track. 1975 release. All their greatest hits, Just You and Me, Saturday in the Park, 25 or 64, I've Been Searching So Long, Color My World, Wishing You Were Here, Feeling Stronger Every Day, Does Anybody Really Know What Time It Is, Make Me Smile, Call on Me, Beginnings. Fantastic stuff. Getting into some blues. This is the best of the blue. This is the best of Canned Heat. I'm getting ahead of myself here. 1973 release. It's on the Scepter label. You've got Bullfrog Blues, Sweet 16, I'd Rather Be the Devil, Dust My Broom, an Elmore James track, Wish You Would, When Things Go Wrong. Again, on that nice green Scepter label. Great stuff. Another blues album, The Best of the Blues Project, 1969 release. You got Roy Bloomfield, Al Cooper, Steve Katz. It's on the Verve label. Another fine blues album. I Want to Be Your Driver, Steve's Song, Wake Me, Shake Me, I Can't Keep From Crying, Flute Thing, Violets at Dawn. Great stuff. Great stuff. So to go from blues to almost Black Sabbath, heavy, hard rock, the best of Budgie. Great Welsh band Budgie. Contains tracks from the third, fourth, and fifth albums. It's about an hour long, so you get some great Budgie music on this one. One of the first heavy metal bands Budgie was considered. It's you got Burke Shelley on bass and vocals, Tony Borg on guitar, Ray Phillips on drums, Pete Boot on drums, Steve Williams on drums. Great Budgie. I love this one here. This is Greatest Hits of Eric Burdon and the Animals. This is kind of their venture into psychedelic rock as well. You got River Deep Mountain High, San Francisco Nights, You're the Guru, Monterey, White Horses, Winds of Change, To Love Somebody. When did this come out? 1974 release on this one, excuse me. Getting in some early 60s, 1966, the Dave Clark 5. This is a nice album just to put on and listen to. What do you know about this? Is part of the British Invasion bands, early pop and rock and roll, Over and Over, Everyone Knows I Still Love You, Bits and Pieces, their big hit, I Feel Like That. Great stuff. One of my favorites, the best of Joe Walsh. What's not to love about Joe Walsh? Multi-instrumentalist for sure. 1978 release. Got some songs from the James Gang on here. A couple of tracks from So What, Turn to Stone, Help Me Through the Night. Just a great bunch of tracks on this one. And finally, Donovan's Greatest Hits. It's on that Epic label. This was a VCLT, because you can tell by the MoFi sleeves, for $1 from Secondhand Tunes. But 1969 release. You got Epistle to Dippy, There's a Mountain, and Lalina. You got Sunshine Superman on this one. You got John Paul Jones playing some bass on this one. Clem Catelli on drums. And fantastic. And Mellow Yellow, Sunshine Superman, Hurdy-Gurdy Man with that vibrato. Epistle to Dippy, Warrior Love, Like Heaven, Jennifer Juniper, Colors, Catch the Wind, There's a Mountain, Season of the Witch, and Lalina. Beautiful stuff. So there you have it, guys. There's some fun and greatest hits albums to listen to. And I just thought it was a fun exercise to go through. Have yourself a great rest of the day. Love you all. We'll talk again soon. Bye now.